again, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of Peacocks on the Prowl, presented by Mona's Fire Pit. Zach Carlisle here with you. Today we're talking Peacock football, and for that we're pleased to be joined by junior quarterback Brent Lammers. And Brent, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's talk about this 3-1 start you guys are off to. Thursday night football last week against the University of Mary. 58 points from your offense. Let's start there. How did you feel about the way you guys performed on that short week, that Thursday night game?
Yeah, like you said, it was a short week, and coaches were talking about it all week. We just got to treat it like any other week throughout the season, and coaches had a great game plan going in. They treated practices the same as we would throughout any other regular week, and we came out and executed what they told us to.
3-1 start for your team. How has that felt in terms of building confidence as you move forward throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, every win is a big confidence booster, no matter who you play. When we came back and beat Northern, I think that was a real confidence booster for us. And then last week, we just built on it. So hopefully each week, I mean, we're always saying 1-0 at the end of the week. That's all that matters. So last week's done. It's in the past. We're not really worrying about it anymore. So now we're up on Winona, 1-0 this week, and that's our goal.
Let's talk about this offense that you are a part of. The running game, the passing game. Seems like there's been a really nice mix this season for you. Specifically in the passing game, you and Jared Edmonds seem to have a pretty nice connection here lately. What's that relationship like with your receiver?
Yeah, I mean, Jared's great. I mean, if I need someone to throw it to, he's my guy. I mean, he always seems to find a way to get open, whether it's a slant, whether it's a fade. It doesn't matter. He's learned throughout the years, I think, even with Dimitri last year, the different ways to work on cornerbacks, no matter if they're pressed or playing zone on them. So he's always in the back of my mind throughout the route, I guess, when I'm going through my reads, that he's probably going to get open somehow, some way.
In the running game this season, you've had a few different backs step up, and specifically, we weren't sure what we were going to get out of Ryan Parmalee last week, but he had a huge game for you guys. How do you feel about how this running game's been going so far this season?
I mean, it's going great. Like you said, Ryan, I mean, Ryan's a tough guy. He hurt his shoulder and bounced back quicker than I think the doctors even expected. But, I mean, you got to give credit to John and even AJ for stepping in for him. John being a freshman, you know, that's a big step going from high school running back. Actually, he was a quarterback in high school, so high school quarterback to college running back and having the success he does. And then AJ, I mean, AJ's a playmaker. Just get the ball in his hands, he's going to make plays. And then you got Ryan. I mean, Ryan's just a bulldog out there. We need 4 or 5 yards, give him the ball, and he's going to get it for you. So, I mean, you got all three of them that have their own special talents, I guess, and they all benefit to the offense in their own little way.
I want to ask you about the offensive line. Sometimes it just takes a line a little bit to gel, but it seems like they've really started to find their groove this season. How do you feel about the way they performed up front?
Awesome. I mean, I think they've came a long way from last year. They're picking up blitzes now. They're talking with each other along the sidelines. If defensive line is doing something different maybe than what we thought pregame, but altogether, I think, I mean, they're a good group of guys. They're always talking amongst each other, so I think that's the big key this year is just the conversations they're having on the sideline to let each other know different twists or different stunts they're having, so that way when they get out on the field, it's not something they've never seen before.
I got to ask you about your third year in this system now. You had some experience each of the last 2 years coming in and playing some really key games for this team. How did that prepare you, and how did you feel coming into the year as the starting quarterback for this team?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, getting the experience is huge. I mean, going from high school to college is a huge step, and being able to take that step my freshman and sophomore year kind of eased me into the starting quarterback role this year. So I think being the starter, I don't know, it's just another thing, I guess. But being the quarterback, you know, you just got to keep everyone on their toes, make sure everyone's in line. So, I mean, between the offensive line, receivers, running backs, they do all the awesome plays, and I'm out there just giving them the ball and shaking the linemen's hands after we score a touchdown. So.
And finally, Winona State this week. They're a great team. They've been a good team for a long time. How do you feel going into this game? What do you guys feel like you need to do to be successful against the Warriors?
Winona's definitely good. They're 4-0. The record shows it. They're big, physical. I think we just got to go up there and play our game. If we play like we have the whole beginning of the season, I think we'll be fine 1-0 at the end of the week. We execute what we need to, run the ball well. Passing game will open up eventually. Running game will open up. We know that. So if we just stick to the game plan, don't get frustrated if something happens, just wipe it clean and get to the next play, we'll hopefully be 1-0 at the end of the week.
Well, Brent, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck on Saturday, and we'll see you in Winona. Brent Lammers with us as the Upper Iowa football team gets ready to take on number 25 Winona State on Saturday at 1 o'clock. And we thank Brent Lammers for joining us. I'm Zach Carlisle. We'll see you next week on Peacocks on the Prowl, presented by Mona's Fire Pit.